Sawasdee krap and welcome to Thailand News Today. Now, for those people living in Bangkok, there's going to be a big protest this Sunday afternoon and into the evening. It's planned to be around the Democracy Monument, and for any of those people who might be living or travelling around that part of the world on Sunday afternoon and evening, just a heads up, we'll certainly be covering it and bringing you some live footage, and we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's get started on today's main news stories. A 66-year-old retired Thai official diagnosed with COVID-19 died yesterday after returning from the UK. His death brings the Thai death toll from COVID-19 up to 60. The man flew into Thailand from the UK on October the 19th and tested positive the next day while at a quarantine facility in Chon Buri. The man, who also had diabetes and high blood pressure, died yesterday. The CCSA also reports 5 new COVID-19 cases detected in quarantine, and 3 cases were detected at the Burmese border, raising the total number of cases to 3,818 with 3,639 recoveries. The Burmese truck drivers were sent back to Myanmar for treatment. A health subcommittee from the country's COVID-19 task force has approved a reduction in the quarantine from 14 days to 10 days. But there are conditions. It will only apply for visitors arriving from safe countries. They would be those that are on a similar risk level to Thailand or perhaps slightly higher. Those arriving from countries considered high risk will still need to carry out 14-day quarantine. The proposal now needs to be approved by the CCSA, which is chaired by the PM PRAYUT. A CCSA spokesperson has done the maths. He said reducing quarantine to 10 days only slightly increases the risk of infections from 0.3 people per 1 million in 14-day quarantine to 1.5 per million in 10-day quarantine. Officials are hoping the reduction in quarantine might encourage more foreign tourists to apply for the STV and visit Thailand. Meanwhile, while there are no new special tourist visa applications this November, the government's looking at a potential no-quarantine tourist bubble with China. Officials hope that, if approved, the scheme could be put into operation in time for the Chinese New Year in February. China currently has 22 low-risk provinces which haven't recorded a COVID-19 case in over 150 days. The two countries' foreign ministries will discuss the next step in establishing the travel bubble. The plan would then require final approval from PM PRAYUT and his Chinese counterpart, President Xi Jinping. Thai officials are also turning their attention to Switzerland, hoping to attract long-stay Swiss tourists on a non-immigrant OA retirement visa. Also being discussed is the possibility of using golf resorts as alternative local state quarantine facilities, thereby providing guests with a golfing holiday whilst in quarantine. It's hoped that such a move might attract golfers from places like Japan, South Korea, Taiwan and China, who would normally spend a few of their winter months training in Thailand. Or maybe you're looking to buy an old plane. Well, you've come to the right spot. Thai Airways is looking to offload 34 of its old aircraft. The aircraft are between 13 and 30 years old. Maybe one might be perfect for you. The aircraft are being sold on an as-is, where-is condition. The airline's been strapped for cash. As part of a debt rehabilitation plan, nearly 5,000 employees, that's a quarter of the Thai Airways staff, applied for voluntary resignation. Basically, they've been politely asked to quit. As part of a debt rehabilitation plan, nearly 5,000 employees, that's a quarter of the Thai Airways staff, have applied for voluntary resignation. Basically, they've been politely asked to quit. With a slowdown in travel due to the coronavirus pandemic, the company's been getting creative to make ends meet. Your selection includes some old Boeing 737 aircraft, 10 of the 747 jumbos and 777s, an Airbus A340 and even a veteran A300 aircraft, a model of Airbus's first commercial passenger planes. You can place your bid by November the 13th. You need to email this address, aircraftsale@thaiairways.com. The Thai PM PRAYUT Chanachar says he'll have no problem stepping down if there's somebody else who can take up the reins, saying he's sick of all the power. He said, if in the future there's a person who is better, more capable and more honest than me, or similarly honest, he or she could continue the work and be in charge of the country. But being in power is not a fun matter. He said, I exercised a lot of power when I was the Army Chief for 4 years. I'm fed up with using power. I used the power to take care of good people and punish people who did bad things. He added that accusations that he's abused his power left him mystified. What worries me is he kept on using the word power all the time. Anyway, to our final story, and we go to the Thonglor police station for a bit of humour. They say they're setting up a new style checkpoint after accusations from drivers saying that they were forced to pay police. Along with new rules to prevent corruption and bribery, the officers are also being told to be polite. The Thonglor police station has accumulated a bit of a reputation over recent decades. It was also the police station in the middle of the early investigation into the Bos Yovija hit and run case. The policeman killed was also from the Thonglor station. The National Police Chief says the new measures are transparent and boost the standards at checkpoints. Thonglor's the first police station to implement the new rules. Okay, that brings us up to date on the Thaiger. You can catch up with all the latest news right throughout the weekend at thethaiger.com. Also, quite a few interesting videos that we've put up on our YouTube channel. Hope you get a chance to watch those as well. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can also like us on our Facebook page. I've done all the marketing all at once. Thanks for watching today. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.